Good evening, Scotty Sanders here. Welcome for joining me live on Facebook. I hope you're off to a great week. Mondays are a great way to double your work, get a lot done, and it makes the rest of the week go great. If you don't know me, my name is Scotty Sanders. I'm an international leadership consultant, and I love getting to pour into leaders to help them to lead well. That's really the theme behind these Facebook Lives. And so my purpose in life is to encourage and to empower others to live, lead, and finish well. So I hope my Facebook Live topic tonight will do just that. So here's the name of the topic. It's called Life Hacks. How to, some things that you can do, ways that you can do to make life easier. And I'm going to share with you 8 things that I think will make your life easier. So for full disclosure, normally when I do a Facebook talk, I'm doing these weeks in advance, in some cases months in advance, and so my wife, Cindy, will proof them in advance and make any notes or suggestions, and we'll turn that into a blog. We'll put it on a lot of other outlets, LinkedIn article, my scottysanders.com site. So when she looked over this one, normally I don't get a lot of feedback from her. She'll make some changes and improve it and proof it and so forth. But her comment to me on this one was, this one's kind of lame. So low expectations, but I can almost guarantee that you'll find or hear something tonight that will make your life easier. Okay, I run into so many people that just stressed out, anxious, have very little margin in life, and you may qualify for that. You seem to be running day to day and no end in sight. And I see people and I run into people that are dealing with that daily. And I always say you need to have margin in your life. You need to have some cushion. And life is difficult, no doubt about that. I mean, there's so many things, challenges we can deal with. You can have health issues, or a spouse can have health issues, or financial issues, or kids, and all the things that go along with life. And life is tough. But sometimes we do things to make life tougher on ourselves. So I want to share some things with you to make life a little bit easier, okay? Because I don't want to make it tougher. I want to make it easier. So that's why I call this Life Hacks. Rather than making things tougher, what are some things I can do to make life a little bit easier? So this is episode 71. And by the way, let me go back the last couple of weeks. Last week, my Facebook Live was about lessons I learned from a Marine colonel, my good friend Tim Cole. You can go back and check that out. You can go to scottysanders.com, or you can check out this page as well. And then 2 weeks ago, I did a talk talking about my $100,000 speech. And basically the concept behind it was to just everything you do shouldn't matter, okay? And it really talks about how this $100,000 speech, how I landed that. I think you'll find it interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in and let's talk about these life hacks, all right? So here's my first life hack, and that is every day, I say every day, 5 days a week, I do something I call my 3x5 plan. Personal development made simple. And here's my card for today. So every day or 5 days a week, I put my plan on this card. And one of the things that's been proven, this is research of 30,000 people found that when a person has a plan for the day, it reduces stress tremendously. So if you'll take 10 minutes a day and practice this, it will reduce stress for you. But it's one of my life hacks. I really don't have a lot of clutter in my mind. I know what my top 3 priorities are for every day. I know what my top 3 goals are that I'm working on. I focus in on my purpose. I know what my daily disciplines are. It's just gold for me. So you can, this is actually a hard copy of it, but you can pick up an e-copy at Amazon and get your book. You can put in there Scotty Sanders or 3x5 plan, personal growth. I think it's made simple there. So I think it's like $2, okay? And if you buy it and you don't like it, email me and I'll send you a check for $2. In fact, I'll send it to you for $5, all right? That's one of the things that you can do. That's a simple life hack. It takes about 10 minutes a day. Less than 1% of your day to plan the day, and it will reduce your stress, give you greater focus. It's one of my life hacks. I teach high-level executives making lots of money working for big companies this one technique, and it's made a big difference in their life. Here's number 2. one of the things I do is I do plan my day. I study in the morning. I have time, a devotional time that I do, but I don't go looking for those things in the morning. I do it at the same spot, and I have all the things that I want to study for ready for me in the same spot every day. I know some people, when I go through their day and their schedule, they spend a lot of time in the morning looking for stuff to get ready to study or to do their devotional or whatever it may be. I have all of my stuff in the same spot. I don't look for anything in the morning. So go ahead and have that. Make sure you don't waste time, brain power on wasting, looking for things that you should be looking for. Have those things done. Here's a third one. As you exercise, and again, I don't exercise every day. Most weeks I exercise 3 times. Sometimes, like this past week, I got 4 days in. That's not typical, but some weeks I'm able to do that. But typically 3 days, about an hour a day. But while I exercise, I'm listening to a book on tape. It could be on leadership, it could be on an inspirational subject, but I'm listening, so I'm learning. So I'm going through somewhere in the neighborhood of between 20 and 25 books a year just through my workout. Okay. Now I used to be a big advocate of multitasking, but what that does, it divides your focus and can be dangerous at times. But when you're working out, you really want to put your mind on something else. So really it helps you to get your mind off the pain you're going through and focusing on learning. So a lot of times I'll get through working out and it's like, did I do everything? Because I went through it. I'm learning and I made some mental notes about things. So that's another life hack. You're multitasking a good way. You're working your body and you're also working your mind. So that's the third thing. Here's number 4, and some of these are going to get weird, and that's why Cindy said, I don't know, this is a little lame. People may think you're, and hey, I am strange. But what I found out, most all of us are strange in our own ways, right? So here's number 4. In fact, I've already done this. So at night before the next day, I already have my outfit. In my case, my pants, my shirt, my underclothes. I already have that out, ready to go. I know what shoes I'm going to wear, my socks. It's all ready to go. I don't have to think about that in the morning. I don't want to be spending my time thinking about, wasting brain power at a critical time thinking about what am I going to wear. And not to mention, it may be in the dark, so I'm fumbling around. I'm waking Cindy up, or I don't have socks that match, or my shirt doesn't match my pants, and so on and so forth. That simple practice. Okay. The other thing, I have my coffee set to go in the morning. I don't have to get up and make coffee. All I have to do is hit the button and it's ready to go. And I got a few other things that I do that way. But again, at night, that's downtime. So that's easy to do. In the morning, it's peak time. I don't want to waste my time during peak time on things that are fairly not, clothes are essential, but they're not super important. Okay. Dress is something you need to do, but it's not something you have to give a lot of thought to. Okay, here's a really strange one, but it's important to me. Number 5 is every morning after I get through taking a shower, I spray the shower with a shower clean. And listen, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And it also keeps my wife happy. All right? So you think about that, having to clean the bathtub, the shower, so it gets nasty or whatever, and you got to spend 2 or 3 hours. No, I spend 2 minutes every morning doing that. It's just on my list. Just knock it out. So that was number 5. Here's number 6. And the next 2, 6 and 7, actually involve Cindy. So we kind of do this as a team. So one of the things is our steps in doing laundry. I know some people, I've got some family members, they do their laundry once a week and all day Saturday. It's all they do is laundry. They can't even enjoy Saturday because that's all they do. So we do it as we go. So my job is to get the dirty clothes and put it in the washer. I start the wash, get it going, and after it's done, usually if I get back later that afternoon or night, I'll put it in the dryer. Then after it's dried, Cindy's job is to, fold or hang up, and my job is to put the clothes up. And that's our system and how we do it. And it works out great. We both have a part to do. And sometimes if I'm out real late, Cindy will go ahead and put it in the dryer, and then she'll take care of it from there, or leave it for me to hang up in the closets or put it in the drawers. And that's our system to do that. So it's we got a plan. It's a hack that we do. We're not bombarded with laundry. We're not overwhelmed by that. We just kind of have that in our schedule and our plan. So again, one of the things that we do together. Here's another one. Number 7, Cindy has her signature dessert. It's called Panda Bear. All of Jenny and Jacob's friends, when they were growing up, they always knew about Miss Cindy's signature dessert, Panda Bear. Everybody loves it. When Cindy makes that, she'll make usually 4 big pans of that. One that we have that we may eat. Our kids come over, our grandkids, they want to get Gigi's or their mom's dessert. One of those we may give away to somebody that we just is a meal, not as a meal, but someone that may have been sick or as a birthday or something like that. And usually a couple of those we'll put in the freezer. That way, we're always prepared if a guest just happens to stop by. We have dessert, we can have coffee for them. So again, just another life hack versus, gosh, in 30 minutes, someone's about to come over and what are we going to do for dessert? We got to go run to the grocery store. No, we've got Cindy's signature dessert. And a lot of times when people come, that's what they want anyway. So that's number 7. Always ready for guests. And then number 8 is what I call my 70-30 rule. Okay, and you may be familiar with the 80-20 rule, which is called the Pareto principle. Okay, the Pareto principle, which is basically this: 20% of the time that we spend produces 80% of the results. So the concept behind that is spend your time on the things that give you the greatest results. And I call one of my life hacks is my 70-30 rule, which is this: I want to spend 70% of my time doing the things that are to my strengths, things that I'm passionate about, things that I'm really, really, really good at, and only 30% of my time on the things that I'm only average at, or maybe even worse than that. So I call it the 70-30 rule. It's one of my life hacks. So if it's one of those things I'm average at, I'll find either I eliminate, I delegate, or I reduce the amount of time I spend on that. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on the things I'm average. I want to spend most of my time, 70%. And most people find they may be spending less than 50% of their time. When I've surveyed and talked to people, most people spend less than 50% of their time playing to their strengths. I'm 70 plus usually, and I may even get up to 80% some of the times. So play to your strengths.